New Year's Eve 2014, the reunion Zoe's mum thought she'd never see.
Hello, how are you, man? How are you, Missy?
Did you have good
There's a smile on your face today, very different from Christmas Day.
Yes.
Walk us through Zoe's story and what happened.
So Zoe presented on Christmas Day, and basically she was carried straight from the car. She was seizuring, she was frothing at the mouth, passing feces, and I guess she was brought straight to our treatment area, and job one was place an intravenous catheter so we could stop the seizure. At this stage, we didn't know what the cause was. We didn't have any history, but that was sort of our initial treatment plan. And whilst that was going on, I went and spoke to the owners and tried to work out what could be going on. After chatting with them, I guess my main thoughts were, is this a toxin of some kind? And so we were grilling them about, does she have access to poisons, snail bait, anything like that? And whilst I was asking them questions, Zoe vomited up a huge amount of blue pellets, which kind of gave us our answer there. And I went back and said, has she been near snail bait? And there was a period of time that morning where she wasn't being watched and she had eaten some garbage. So I presume that the snail baits were in the garbage. So after we put in the IV catheter, so we stopped the seizures, then we had to get her stable and remove the toxins from the stomach. So we anaesthetised her, we placed a tube in her mouth, took her over to the sink and performed a gastric lavage. So putting a tube into the stomach, putting water down and sort of flushing out those toxins, and doing the same at the back end as well.
We didn't get pictures of that, I don't think.
No, you weren't missing much. So I guess at that point she was still very critical. So she was anaesthetised. We were concerned that she could have aspirated some of the vomit going down into her lungs, causing problems there. And the toxin, so methiacarb or metaldehyde, the toxin in snail baits, also causes respiratory depression. So her respiratory centre wasn't working, so she wasn't breathing adequately. So it got to a point where we'd stopped the seizures, we'd removed most of the toxin that we could, but she still wasn't breathing effectively, and that's when we sort of started to looking at putting her onto the ventilator. And the ventilator is that mechanical machine which breathes for her.
It's just been amazing. Knowing you've been as worried about her as her family, right?
Yeah, I guess it's been hard work, but we are excited.
She's waking up.
I know. Especially on Christmas Day, right?
Yay!
Look.
Hey. I can see her eyes. And her tongue's pink.
Totally happy with that.
Why are you so happy?
End-tidal CO2 is down.
And in plain English, that is...
So you've got carbon dioxide, right?
Yeah.
So usually, breathing in oxygen, blowing off carbon dioxide. If your carbon dioxide is too high, you basically anaesthetise yourself.
Oh.
So that's what she was doing. She wasn't blowing it off. I think because maybe her stomach was so full. That's her working theory. But she got into rubbish.
She is a Labrador.
Yeah, her stomach is massive on X-rays. The owner said on the phone, because she's so angry because the dog got into garbage and ate the snail bait and then all the chicken. And she's like, you've got to get that dog out of hospital because I've got to kill it when it comes home. So I think she loves the dog very, very much.
But Zoe got worse.
Day, they called us at about 10 o'clock at night to say that she was in a very, very bad way and they didn't think that she would make it through. We came up and at that stage she was still on they put her on a ventilator. They were still pumping her stomach and evidently during the night she had cardiac arrest. She stopped breathing. Her temperature when we brought her in was 42 degrees. She was not going to make it. And these guys pulled her through. Absolutely amazing. They pulled her through with and I spoke with my own vet. He said he didn't think he could have pulled her through. So with this massive lung problems because her CO2 levels were so high, her electrolytes were bad, her pH was bad, she stopped breathing, cardiac arrest, snail bait, masses of it, and chicken bones. Look at her now. Look at her now. She's a trooper. She's an absolute trooper. She is a tough dog. I'm sure she's had many things in her stomach before that we don't know about. This one we did find out about, and I tell you what, she'll be on a short leash after this one.
You see lots of cases of poisoning of all kinds, but snail bait poisoning, is that a very common thing?
We see it not irregularly, and it's just so frustrating that a lot of the packets will say pet safe or pet deterrent, as in it tastes yucky so the dog won't eat it. And I think we all know, I mean, I love Zoe, but she's obviously a garbage guts and will eat whatever, so it won't stop them. And the worst thing is toxicity in her case was within sort of 40 minutes or so. And I guess if they hadn't have brought her straight here, I mean, she would have been dead, I imagine, quite quickly.
It's New Year's Eve. Big change from Christmas Day.
Yes.
Can't wipe that smile off your face.
I can't believe what amazing work they have done here. They have worked on her day and night. She was critical for about 4 days, and they said, we don't know whether she'll pull through. Her coagulates were really bad. They had to keep on giving her plasma to try and address that. And that means that her system was shutting down, and so for days her system was shutting down, and they worked on her and worked on her. She worked hard too, and so as a team, the vets here and her, they pulled her through. Amazing, amazing. I am absolutely over.
Alrighty, keep in touch. I want to see a photo.